Okay, so we will continue. Next slide. So this is the roles of National Shariah Advisory Council. So this is regarding or related to the Securities Commission. So what is the roles? National SAC refer to the committee of subject matter expert, usually experienced Sharia scholar that ensure the Islamic finance industry, including product operation, is in conformity with Sharia rules and principles. Okay, so there are the Sharia scholar who are responsible to ensure all the products, all the operation is compliant to the Sharia. Second one, there are two SSA established. One is dedicated to the Islamic banking and takaful, and the second one is SSC that dedicated to ICM sector. So we have two entities here, which is Bank Negara Malaysia and Securities Commission as well. And the appointment of the member in both SSC, either BNM or SC, is endorsed by the ruler of the country or the king with the mandate to ensure the Islamic finance business and transaction ICM in Islamic banking is comply with Syariah principle. Jadi dia adalah sebuah lantikan khas oleh Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Ya. Okey, sekarang saya nak minta awak semua, bukan semua, let's say kita kata dalam 9 orang, just 9 of you, please give us who is the member of National Shariah Advisory Council of Bank Negara. So there are 9 of you, so each one of you will tell us, or each one of you will mention to us one member of SSC, of Securities Commission. Okay, boleh okay, jadi kat sini kita jangan confuse ya. SC tu Securities Commission, SSC is Shariah Advisory Council. So we have SAC of SC. So I need 9. Okay, so I need 9. So I need 9 of you. Okay, satu bagi satu lah, 9 of you provide me the member of SSC of SC. Okay, the next one is, oh, I tak full screen. SSC of SC for ICM. So they are responsible to examine and endorse the validity of application of Islamic law in ICM product services submitted by companies that wish to raise capital via the ICM. So this is the responsibility. So they're also responsible to issue Sharia resolution decision related to the issues of ICM. So any dispute or any issues that arise to them from any financial institution that want to produce or any operation issues, they will go to the SAC for their opinion. And also SSC producing Sharia resolution, as I mentioned in the previous first class, okay, you can refer to the SC website. There are various Sharia resolution that you can refer, and this resolution actually is has outcome from their meeting, okay, outcome and their research toward the issues. So ada banyaklah perbincangan Sharia resolution, which the Sharia resolution is very good, where they determine the issue and then they identify what is the illah, what is the solution, and the solution is based on what. So dia adalah legal evidence macam let's say kalau you all dah pernah ambil fiqh muasarah, like what we have discussed before, we need a legal evidence, we need a discussion, we need any sources of Sharia to support the idea. For example, Zadul Zara'i, Maqasid Sharia. So they come out with the Sharia resolution for the issues in the ICM. Okay, and then they also have to advise the authorities on all Sharia matter related to the ICM. Okay, advice to the authority refer to the advice to the Securities Commission. They also a reference center for Sharia issues and promote centralization, harmonization of Sharia decision across the industry. Okay, and then who is the Sharia Committee? So Sharia Committee is people who are entrusted to ensure the compliance aspect of particular product instrument used in the Islamic finance industry, which broadly include Islamic banking, capital market, and takaful. So Sharia Committee here referring to the Sharia Committee or the Sharia scholar that involved in the institution, Islamic financial institution. Jadi SAC is the one who responsible for national, okay, in the national scope where there are the regulators. However, Shariah Committee is for the one who is in the institution that is responsible to monitor, to control, to identify where is the area of Shariah non-comply. Okay, so they are. Okay, Shariah advisor defined by AOFI is a Shariah advisor, a specialized jurist, particularly in fiqh muamalat and Islamic finance. Okay, so they have to be expert in fiqh muamalat. Okay, yang kita belajar, yang you all pernah belajar lah, fiqh muamalat, kita ada akad, mudharabah musyarakah, sama adil, tawaruk dan sebagainya. They have to know all the parties that involved in the akad. They have to know the concept mal. Okay. Entrusted with the duty of directing, review and supervise activities related to Islamic finance to ensure activities is compliant with Sharia rules and principles. The view of Sharia advisor shall be binding in the area of supervision, specific area of supervision. So this is a Sharia governance framework model for Islamic financial institution. But as for now, we have a new Sharia governance framework which is called SGPD, policy document, Sharia policy document. That one is the latest one for Sharia governance framework. So you can refer to the article that I have been given to you previously. Okay. So what is the difference between the latest one and this is the previous one? So the latest one, we don't have this function, Sharia research function. Okay, let us see how it's work. So we have a board here. So we have board risk management, board Sharia committee, board audit committee, and also we have the management. So as the arrow ni, kita boleh tengoklah kepada siapa dia akan do the reporting process. Okay, so kalau macam Syariah audit function is related to the board audit committee and also to the Syariah committee as well. And for same goes to Syariah risk, dia pun ada badan risiko sendiri. Okay, they have their own risk management. However, for Syariah compliance, they are entitled for the specific Syariah risk management function. And they also have to report to the management and also to the board as well. Okay, Sharia review is reporting to the management, and same goes to Sharia research will report to the Sharia committee. However, in the new SGPD, okay, they remove this function, which we only have Sharia risk, Sharia review, and also Sharia audit. Okay, we also and what is the main difference? In SGPD, the latest one, they focusing on the board, the responsible of the board. Okay, they want the board is well known and understand what is the function and all this Sharia compliant matter. Okay, so the new SGPD is focusing on the board and others as well. So please refer to the article that I have given to you. Okay, among the duties of Sharia committee. Okay, belum lagi ya. I have additional information to give to you. Okay, wait. Okay, so kita tengok function. Sorry, I lupa nak mention. Okay, one by one mention what is the function of this. We have Sharia risk management control. For example, to identify, to measure, to monitor, report, and control Sharia non-compliant risk. So when we talk on Sharia risk, we will be back to the slide of risk and risk management in ICM. So we have this department to ensure that the operation or any other procedure is not related to the Sharia non-compliant risk. Kan? Jadi apa contoh risk of Sharia non-compliant risk? Okay, contohnya apa? Contohnya we have a staff error, kan? Kita belajar kan risiko apa yang ada, human error. So in this we have staff error in akad execution. Okay, contohnya perlu akad jual dulu sebelum beli ataupun dia dah kontra to each other, beli dulu baru jual. And then in the documentation as well, kemudian interest bearing clause in service level agreement. For example, in the signing documentation, your contract is should be Sharia compliant punya contract. However, in the contract mentioned any interest-bearing contract. And then we have terminologies in the system, unclear process of computation. Okay, we have gharar in the selling price. Okay, uncertainty. Okay, it's not clear and transparent. And then marketing campaign brochure without Shariah approval. For example, we said that we want to build a new bank Islam, for example, and then they attract, okay, panggil orang kampung lah untuk pergi depositkan duit di dalam bank Islam. Okay, however, they offering the one who want to deposit the money, okay, they offering a gift, for example, dapat hadiah ke, dapat reward ke, okay. So kat situ ada masalah. Jika kontrak yang digunakan untuk deposit duit tu adalah kontrak mudharabah, then it is fine. However, when it's contract that been used to deposit money is qard, okay, pinjaman ataupun wadiah pun, okay, jadi kontrak tu akan jadi void. Sebab apa? Proses tu akan jadi tak syariah compliant. Sebab apa? Ada riba involved in the situation. Okay, so penting juga in term of marketing. And then we have Shariah compliance. Okay, all of this, the 4 function is Shariah compliance. So they're responsible during the issuance of securities. Okay, includes the designing, structuring, execution, contract supervision, and monitoring. Okay, and that is before. However, we have also after. Okay, after the process, we have to monitor, involve Shariah audit. Okay, for example, we have Shariah audit here. Okay, independent assessment objective assurance designed to value add and improve IFI compliance with Shariah. We have to ensure all the process after is comply. And also we have a Shariah review. Shariah review, they review all the same goes as I mentioned tadi, before and after. Okay. Among duties of Shariah Committee stated in the status of AOF is to bring out mutual conformity approximation between conceptual and practical application of Shariah Supervisory Board of Islamic Financial Institution, so as to avoid inconsistency, contradiction between the fatwa and implementation of this institution in a way that lead to the effectiveness of the role of Shariah Supervisory Board in Islamic Financial Institution and Central Bank. So this is one of the challenge to the IFI and the Shariah Committee in order to ensure the concept is actually same with the reality. Okay. So this is the model of Shariah Advisory Service. We have International Shariah Board, for example, as we mentioned earlier, AOF, Islamic Development Bank, that is the International Shariah Board. We also have a National Shariah Board, for example, Malaysia, Pakistan, Sudan, Indonesia. And then we also have Institutional Shariah Board, referred to the Shariah Committee or Shariah Supervisory Board, work for institutional level. For example, we have ISRA, we have ZICO, we have any independent, okay, yang Dr. Zaharuddin tu kan pun ada, Amani Advisor juga. Okay, and then we have outsourcing of Shariah Advisory Service, okay, yang di luar outsource punya. And then we have Central Shariah Board for the whole group. Okay, for the group we have, for example, Dalah Al-Barakah, and also we have individual undertaking Shariah Advisory role, for example, Datuk Dr. Bakar, Prof. Dr. Hashim, ataupun Dr. Prof. Rahimi. Okay. And then this is the centralized Shariah Advisory by country. So centralized, which means they have the authority, no. For Jordan, Malaysia, yes. Sudan, Bahrain, no. Kuwait, yes. Pakistan, yes. UAE and Indonesia is yes. So ada country yang centralized, ada juga country which is not centralized. So Malaysian model of Shariah Committee, Bank Negara enhance the role and function, Shariah Advisory for Islamic Banking Takaful. The amend Central Bank Act 1958, so they changed to IFSA. So this is for Islamic banking. And implication, according to the SSC, the sole Shariah authority is in Islamic finance. SSC will be referred to by the court or arbitrator in dispute involving Shariah issue in Islamic banking, finance, and takaful cases. Okay, to effectively play its role, SSC operate as an independent body. Okay, dia tidak boleh dipengaruhi oleh mana-mana pihak. An independent SSC with high level of integrity will command public confidence, will boost the industry to a greater height. There is also crucial need to define relationship between SSC and Shariah bodies, which act Shariah advisor in the industry. To this end, Shariah body in the IFI need to be rationalized. A Shariah body in this industry, which is known as a Shariah committee, will play a complementary role to the SSC of Bank Negara Malaysia, as well as a Securities Commission. Okay, this is the establishment of Muamalat Court, why Islamic banking case or Islamic finance case should not transfer their jurisdiction from the civil court to the Shariah court. Why? Because the case being tried did not concern with the Islamic law. Anything related to the Shariah court is related to the divorce, okay, the right of their kids, hadana, faraid, and so on. So Islamic banking, Islamic finance is not related to the Islamic law. And it's also included parties that are non-Muslim. So we have to understand that Islamic banking, takaful, finance is not related to the Muslim sahaja, okay? And also Sharia court or the state court, okay? Dia adalah kepada negeri masing-masing, okay? Berpandukan kepada negeri masing-masing. Okay, we come to the duties and responsibility of Sharia committee. So when we talk on Sharia committee, this is at the IFI level, okay? To advise the board on Sharia matter in its business and operation, okay? They have to advise the board, okay, to comply with Sharia, to endorse any Sharia compliance manual. Okay, manual apa yang tadi yang kita tengok yang ada pyramid, the pyramid, we have the error from the regulator toward the Sharia committee. So when the resolution come out, they have to do a manual in order all the units, all the operation executive, all the staff will understand the function and also all the new operation. Okay, they have to have a manual, a specified manner with submission to request for advice to be made to the Sharia committee, the conduct of Sharia committee meeting, manner compliance with the Sharia decision shall be endorsed by the Sharia committee. Okay, and then they have to validate documentation, the term and condition, proposal form, contract, agreement, other legal documentation, product manual. Kan kadang-kadang kita nak beli sesuatu produk ke, dia ada sheet dia yang kita perlu faham. So they have to review all these document, marketing advertisement, sales illustration, ada tak benda-benda yang menyalahi ethical marketing, Islamic marketing, okay, and also brochure. To assist related party on Sharia matter for advice upon request, okay. In related parties of the IFI, such as legal counsel, auditor, or consultant, seek advice on Sharia matter from Sharia committee. For example, they have an audit from outside of the company, so they want advice for any related matters, so they have to provide advice for the audit team. And then to advise matter on matters to be referred to the SAC, must advise IFI to consult the SAC on any Sharia matter which have not been resolved or endorsed by SAC, to provide Sharia written opinion, okay, required to record any opinion given, written to prepare Sharia written opinion, okay, where IFI made reference to the SAC for advice, where Sharia committee will propose or will have to ask for opinion from the national SAC. So all of that should be recorded. Okay, when the IFI submit application to BNM for new product approval, accordance with the guideline on product approval issued by the BNM. Okay, ini dalam konteks bank negara ataupun Islamic banking. To assist SSC on a reference for advice to explain Sharia issues involved, support by the relevant Sharia jurisprudential literature from the established sources, assist SSC on any matter referred to by Islamic financial institution. Upon obtaining any advice of the SSC, Sharia committee ensure SSC decision are properly implemented by the Islamic financial institution. So when they ask for an opinion, bila dah minta advice takkan tak ikut. So they have to follow what have SSC decision has been made and what is the consequence, and they have to implement what have been written by the SSC decision. Okay, when we talk SAC decision, it's a decision from the authorities and also Securities Commission. Okay, kalau tadi adalah tugas Syariah Committee toward the IFI, this one is the responsible of IFI toward the Syariah Committee. Jadi terbalik. Tadi tugas Syariah Committee, sekarang tugas IFI toward the Syariah Committee. Jadi apa mereka perlu buat? The first one to refer a Syariah issue to the Syariah Committee. Okay, jadi perlu refer lah kepada orang-orang yang dilantik Syariah Committee ni. So they have a Syariah team. The Syariah team that consists of the higher is the Syariah Committee, and then we have the management lah. Okay, the head of Syariah Committee, and then the staff, okay, and then the executive Syariah risk for Syariah review, Syariah manual, okay, Syariah review and Syariah audit, okay, that akan refer to the Syariah Committee. To adopt the Syariah Committee advice, okay, perlu adopt lah, perlu jalankan apa yang advice yang telah diberikan. To ensure the product document be validated, to have a Syariah compliance manual that been endorsed by the Syariah Committee at the first place tadi, provide access to relevant document. For example, Syariah Committee required a relevant document from the IFI. For example, they need a document from a treasury punya unit. So treasury unit have to provide the document. Okay, there is no such thing of private and confidential because they have to be transparent, and we have to know that Syariah Committee is an independent body. Okay, Syariah Committee members granted exemption from the secrecy provision under respective legislation. So mereka dikecualikan. Okay, mereka perlu ada akses kepada semua dokumen tu. To provide sufficient resource to remunerate the members of Syariah Committee accordingly. So mesti beri allowance, gaji, upah yang bagus lah atas kerja yang berat ni. Okay, jadi berapa upah dia? Puluh ribu lah kot kan. Dan perlu tahu dalam Syariah non-compliant risk, previously I have mentioned to you, the worst case scenario mereka boleh didakwa jika ada unsur-unsur ketidakpatuhan di dalam Syariah. Jadi the worst case boleh dipenjara 8 tahun, boleh didenda 25 juta. Tapi tak pernah ada lagi lah di dalam negara. Okay? Jadi perlu berhati-hati, perlu pendapat yang diberikan tu perlu berhati-hatilah supaya tidak terjadi isu yang besar kan, dan boleh dikenakan hukuman sebegitu. So in giving opinion, we have different approach in Syariah supervision. We have rigidity and inflexibility. Okay, tadi wa at-tashaddud in making Syariah decision. So the driving factor of for rigidity and inflexibility, the driving factor of fanatism toward a particular mazhab, okay, depending on the literal meaning of the text. Cuma berpandukan kepada ayat Quran sahaja tanpa melihat maksud sebenar apa yang ingin diberikan tafsiran ayat tersebut. And also unnecessarily propagating the usage of sadu zara'i. We also have excessive flexibility or al-Tasahul, ataupun yang selalu semua mudah saja. So this is excessive utilization of the principle maslahah and darurah might lead to the misuse these two principles. Semuanya boleh. Sebab apa? Ini maslahah. Semua boleh. And also choosing facility tatabu' ar-rukhas and taking the easiest view of mazahib al-fiqh. Finding legal device al-tahayyul al-fiqhiyah in order to justify certain ruling. So the best one is the moderate approach in arriving a Syariah decision. Mesti berpada-pada, bersederhana, okay, ataupun wasatiyah, moderation. The scholar shall investigate issue, arrive at a decision without compromising the fundamental of Syariah. Imam Shatibi emphasized the importance of moderation when he said a vice mufti is the one who provide moderate, practical solution for the public and will not burden them with unnecessary burden and will not also incline to excessive flexibility. Jadi tidak terlalu bermudah-mudah dan tidak terlalu rigid terhadap sesuatu perkara. Okay, and then we move to the challenge of Syariah supervision. okay, knowledge and the know-how of Islamic instrument. So that one is the challenge of Sharia supervision. So you have to tackle all of this challenge in order for you to be in the industry. Okay, for number one, how Islam instrument. Okay, for example, we have the graduate of Sharia. They are well known of the Sharia part. Okay, they are well known of the akad, arkanul bai, or the Sharia contract. They are well known. However, when come to the treasury function, okay, they are lack on the knowledge of the function of the instrument itself. Okay, dia tak tahu ni produk apa, how it function, what is the modus operandi of the product. So that one will be the challenges for them, for us as well. Okay, innovation in Sharia compliance and viable product. So this one is one of the challenges when we must parallel with what happened in the industry. For example, today people moving toward the financial technology, fintech. So same goes to Sharia supervision, must follow. Perhaps they have to go advanced beyond, okay, to cater the technology that happen nowadays. Clear and transparent procedure in decision making, okay, synergizing between Sharia requirement and legal and taxation framework. So in taxation, we have or in taxation process, okay, for taxation we have two. We have a double for any Sharia contract. We are doubling. We are double the cost, because why? In conventional, we only let's say we only implement one tax. However, in Sharia, okay, we have to buy and sell to make it financing, for example. So the tax that being implemented is double, and so they have to harmonize the thing. Okay, they harmonize the tax. Either is tax neutrality, which means tax neutrality. They have to remove and waive the tax in order they want to compete with the conventional. And then balancing between monetary gains and fulfilling Sharia objective. So this is one of the main challenges also, where we have the contract, we have the maqasid Sharia, we have all the Sharia objective. However, in order to implement it in the reality, in the contract or in the product, okay, so they have to acknowledge, they have to take care of the Sharia objective, so that the monetary purpose or the product itself is not diverged from the Sharia objective. So this is the conclusion. Sharia advisors are backbone of the industry, without which the integrity of the whole industry will be at stake. Advisory service responsibility must be discharged with the utmost professionalism and integrity. More interaction is needed between Sharia advisor and the market player so that the supervisory role will be enhanced. Sharia scholar must ensure that all decisions meet realistic self-interest of the Ummah. So this is what we have covered today: corporate governance in a general, Sharia advisory service, Sharia committee, the approach of giving opinion from the Sharia supervision, and the challenge of Sharia supervision. So we have reached to the end of our lecture. Okay, however, I have prepared to you one task. It's a very simple task. Okay, based on the company that manage Islamic capital market product, identify who is the Sharia advisor involved in the company for the product. Okay. Okay, the first one is mentioned Islamic capital market product. So you have to identify which product. You have to identify which product that you want to choose, except for stock. Okay, jadi stock tu letak tepi dulu. So ambillah produk-produk yang mana pun, any product that related to this Islamic capital market. For example, we have unit trust, Islamic exchange traded fund, we have Islamic real estate, we have sukuk, we have private equity, venture capital, all the product of Islamic capital market. I want you to identify what product you want to do. Okay, and then, okay, after that, you know that all the product, we have a variety of Islamic financial institution. Okay, kita ada banyak kan. Jadi contoh saya dah bagi kat bawah. You have to identify the product first, and then you have to identify under which company Okay, ataupun either one lah. You can identify company apa dulu, kemudian you nak produk apa. The last output that I want is who is the Shariah advisor for the product and also the company. Okay, maksudnya untuk company tu dan juga produk tu ialah siapa. For example, I mention here the product Islamic Trust. Oh, salah tulis ni. Islamic Unit Trust, Islamic Unit Trust. Sorry, salah tulis Islamic Unit Trust. The company actually Islamic Unit Trust, company yang handle is Public Mutual Berhad. Okay, Shariah advisor involved is Ziko Shariah Advisory Service yang Berhad, and we have independent which is Dr. Muhammad Akram Ladin, Professor Dr. Ashraf bin Muhammad Hashim, and Dr. Aida Osman. So you can find another situation. For example, produk you nak cari ialah Islamic Venture Capital. Okay, company IV Cap. Jadi siapa dia punya Shariah advisor? Kalau you nak buat Islamic Unit Trust pun boleh. Yang ni ada bagi public mutual fund. You can find lah in BIMB, in Kenanga Investment. Tengok balik kan senarai yang hari tu stakeholder yang kita cari tu, dalam tu semua ada. Kan, ASB ke, kalau ada lah ASB ada ke kan, kemudian ASB adalah kod kan, ASB itu Islamic Unit Trust Fund. Kemudian Islamic Real Estate Investment Trust. Okay, you have to know the company which is the fund manager first lah, siapa dia fund manager for Islamic REIT. Jadi kena tahu dulu siapa. Kemudian ETF Islamic ETF Islamic Exchange Traded Fund, okay, siapa dia punya company fund who manage the company, and who is the Shariah advisor appoint for that company. All of that you can find in the website, their website. Okay, I think it's a very simple task. You can do it and just reply in your future. Okay, we will change this team posting to you future. Sekali kita ni support lah you future kita. So I think that's all for now. Thank you for your commitment and for your attention. Okay, any question, please let me know in Telegram or in any platform lah, so that I can reply to you. So thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.